Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros, it's Drew.
Hi.
And Hunter, apparently he's always just gonna say hi.
Yes.
But it's time for Listmas. Merry Listmas, everyone. That sounds cringy as all crap. But you know what, we're gonna go with it anyways. And on the first day of Listmas, Parks Bros gives to you a top 5 list.
Flat rides.
Yeah, for flat rides. And I'm very excited to show you or tell you what flat rides are our favorites. So we will be listing our top 5 flat rides that we've ever ridden, and
Ours are different.
yes, our lists are completely different.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly. But in light of that, let's start off with Hunter's number 5. What is it?
My number 5 flat ride is Flix Flyers, which I know isn't really there anymore.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Why I like this flat ride, I just think it's a cool ride. You know, the theming around it. The entrance sign is paper. Well, it's not paper, but it's supposed to be paper. Well, it was. It was cool. Just how each container was a box. The music was amazing, though. I'm glad they actually kept the music for Pixar Pier, though. That's a good thing.
It's all mine.
The music is just boom. It's mainly the music.
Just boom.
Yeah.
It's just boom.
Yeah.
So kind of an interesting choice for Hunter's 5th favorite flat ride. Definitely not what I expected, I think. But my number 5 flat ride is something you won't expect either. And it is actually the Larson Superloop at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom called Daredevil Chaos Coaster. And I just love the hang time on this thing. It's fantastic. It's way better. Yes, I know it's a super loop, but it's way better than I expected it to be. Like, way beyond. It smashed what I expected.
I didn't go on it.
No, you did not go on it, because... Well, no, it was close to the time you went, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I went the year before, and I loved it. I adored the thing. I thought it was great. Some of the best hang time I've ever gotten on a ride, for sure. Almost painful with hang time. So, that's why it's at my number 5. Hunter, your number 4?
私の4番は La Revolution.
Are you trying to say La Revolucion at Knott's Berry Farm?
In Japanese, yes. I just think this ride has so much force that it just, wow. You're just moved so much in a way that it just makes it feel like you're flying. Yet immediately you just fall to the ground, then you're flying again. I mean, I kind of get dizzy a little bit on it, but you know, it's good.
Are you trying to talk about airtime?
I'm tired right now.
Okay. With that, I'll move on to my number 4, and that is Drop Tower at California's Great America. Probably my favorite traditional drop tower. It definitely has some great forces, especially positive-wise, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I love the 2nd gen Intamin drop towers, and I can't wait to try the 3rd gen Intamin drop towers as well. But this is definitely my favorite traditional drop tower that I've been on. So, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, drop a doom. Yeah, I don't really care for it, to be honest. Not at all, actually. It's kind of just to me. But Hunter, we'll move on to your number 3.
My number 3 is Pacific Scrambler at Knott's Berry Farms. Scramblers overall are my favorite type of flat ride. I just love how they just fling you around like a ragdoll, but you're confined in a box. I just think it's a really cool thing. It just feels so good. Very weird way to put it, but you know, I just love Scramblers overall, and Pacific Scrambler especially because it gives you that much more whip factor compared to the other Scramblers I've been on, mainly just this one at Six Flags, but you know.
And you like putting me on the outside so you can squish the crap out of me, too.
Yeah, just go all the way to the inside and then let centrifugal force move you towards the inside and slam into the other person.
You mean centripetal?
Yeah, and slam into the other person.
Alright, with that, we'll move on to my number 3, which is actually one of 2 of these on this list. Oops, spoiler alert. Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. This is a Zamperla Giant Discovery. Hunter has not been on it. He did not want to go on it. But I love this thing to bits. It's got great airtime, great floater. Also, it's just super quick, super fast, has great views of the park, almost upside down, as well as onto the pathway right below, where you can just wave to people as they're freaked out with you being above them. It's really awesome. I love it for that fact, and that's why it is my number 3. Hunter, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Supreme Scream at Knott's Berry Farm. It gives you a lot of airtime when you go down, then you bounce a little, then you go back up, then you go down. I just think it just gives a very good amount of airtime, and it's a good example of a drop tower to me, unlike Lex Luthor, which it's just straight down and there's no airtime at all. But Supreme Scream is one of my favorite rides at Knott's. So
Okay, awesome. And I'll move on to my number 2, which is the same type of ride, just bigger than Wonder Woman, and that is Crazyanity at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is my favorite, by far, traditional flat ride. It's just packed with amazing airtime and just complete speed. I just love it to bits. My only problem with it is the restraints, to be completely honest, but that's about it. I adore this ride in every other way. View-wise, airtime-wise, it's just amazing. I can't wait till Hunter gets on it, but I think he just does not want to get on it.
no.
But I love the thing to bits. I think it's the best. It's one of the best rides at Magic Mountain for sure, and you cannot miss it when you go. That leads us to our number 1. Now, we actually have a shared number 1, so I'll let Hunter say what it is.
The thing is, some people don't think it as a flat ride, but technically, if you look at a technical stance, it is. But Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout
At California Adventure Park.
We are gonna have a lot of hate in the comments because people say, that's not a flat ride.
Well, I mean, it realistically is, though, because it's not a dark ride. It doesn't have any track portion that's a custom layout or anything. It's not a coaster, for sure. I mean, what else is it going to be? It's not a transport-style ride. It's not taking you from one place to the other slowly. I mean, it's definitely not slow. That's for sure. So,
it's a good ride.
It's a great ride. One of my favorite rides of all time.
The music selection is really good.
Yes, gotta love the music. Gotta love the airtime too.
In the semi-randomization, well, it's not really randomization. The cast member chooses it, but So, but that's good that you could go on it once and you still would be able to go back again and have a completely different experience.
Yeah, that is very cool that you can have so many different experiences on this ride. It makes it.
Well, it's only about 6.
But still, I mean, 6 is better than 1.
Yeah.
Right? So,
well, plus the Halloween overlay, Monsters After Dark, is really good.
That adds a lot onto it, having that overlay as a possibility. I think it's great. I really enjoy it in every way, shape, and form. I think the visuals are great. I think the physical parts of the rides are great.
Oh, yeah, especially in Monsters After Dark, how they have the puppet and the other cast member trying to chase the puppet.
Yeah, that's also one thing we should talk about. The queue is incredible. One of my favorite queues at a park, for sure. I definitely believe it needs some recognition.
Now they have some stuff in the queue where they have the Grandmaster and the Collector playing a game of chess.
Yeah, just like all these little Easter eggs that you have to look through after multiple rides to try and find.
It's one of the original paintings from the Tower of Terror that was there before.
Oh yeah, and then you have the Easter eggs for Tower of Terror, of course.
And Harold.
Yes, and Harold just sitting there right in front of the furnace for some reason.
You have to say hi to Harold whenever you go on Guardians and Matterhorn.
Yes, you have to say hi to Harold as much as possible, of course.
This is a weird tangent.
It is a little bit of a weird tangent, but I love this ride to bits. I know Hunter does too.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite ride at DCA by a little bit, I think, to be completely honest. But I don't know. I think this is my favorite flat ride. I know it's Hunter's favorite flat ride, and yeah.
Yay.
So I hope you enjoyed this top 5 list. It kind of went all over the place, at least in California, because we haven't really done any flat rides outside of California. Actually, I don't think I have done one flat ride outside of California. Wow, I just realized that. Well, I think next year we'll just have to fix that, but we'll just have to wait the next couple months at least. So we hope you enjoyed our first list for Listmas. And the first day of Listmas, there will be 12 of these videos, all accumulating into our favorite parks, our favorite coasters, our favorite rides in general. It'll be a crazy next week and a half or so, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think of our lists. And Merry Listmas, Hunter. And of course, as always,
We'll see you in the next ride.